I told people at work about the cement mixer being part of last week's drink, and I'm pretty sure one of them almost threw up. So I guess it technically really did fit the whole unholy theme, at least. Puke, the gift that keeps on giving.
Thralls! Balls! They're everywhere!
Thralls Balls. The World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolis, Gershom, and Wooly. What's up, swingers? From the TB headquarters on the foamy streets of Milwaukee, welcome to episode 34 of Thralls Balls. I'm Wooly, joined once again by Gershom and Bentolis. On today's show, we mix up a Frost Death Knight drink, contemplate the meaning of overthinking shit, and we're drafting a 5-person heist team made up of WoW characters. So, hi guys, how you doing? Happy birthday, day late? 2 days late, Gershom? How was your birthday?
It was good, thank you. It was on Friday the 28th. How you doing, Ben? How you doing?
I think we should go with you. It's your birthday. What did you do? Did you have a good day with your kids and whatnot?
Yeah, it was a real nice day. So I don't know, I think I've mentioned it on the Discord here and there, or maybe on Twitter, but my youngest daughter actually shares my birthday with me. She was born on my birthday. So it's pretty much about her now. I've been hijacked, but that's totally fine. Speaking of gifts that keep on giving, actually, she's the gift that keeps on giving. So she turned 7. I turned 39. We had a party. We're still eating pizza. Apparently, when Baby Daddy ordered the pizza on his app, I guess there was some sort of like lag or issue with the app or something, and he thought it didn't go through. Basically, he ordered 3 pizzas twice.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It's not about the money, but we had like 6 extra large pizzas. So everybody last night went home with like a third of a pizza. And we're still eating pizza. We have like a half of an extra large pizza left. So
Pizza
that was
is
cool.
the best.
Love pizza. And I made lasagna and fried chicken and a salad myself, just to save money. I just bought it and made that stuff myself. But we had a ton of pizza and we had a good time. My kids' friends came over and family was over. It was just very nice, very low key. I wanted to get a shout out to Vanderlyle. So I logged on to Notokus today. I'll tell you about that later. What did I do in WoW? But I logged on to Notokus today, which is my Worgen hunter who's in Unnanounced, and I had mail, and I'm like, that's weird. She doesn't really get mail. I figured it was like, from the postmaster or something. So I opened my mail, and it was from Vanderlyle, and it said, "Please use this present to slay your foes and defend the Alliance. Happy birthday." I didn't want to say Alliance real loud.
Honestly, I'm with you. I love Proudmoore, and because of that, I'm not leaving. But Horde is.
I love
Horde
Unnanounced, and I love my Worgen. I'm just being a bitch about it at this point. It was funny. So he gave me a eye level 35 blue item called Ranger's Bow. I did put a screenshot on the Thralls Balls Discord. Don't forget, check out www.thrallsballs.com. Right, Wills?
Yes,
into the Discord. Yeah.
It'll yeet you right into the server, and I'm just going to take a second to mention that at some point I want to put together a proper website, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Continue.
So I did, I took a little screenshot on like the bulwarks of like Stormwind, last night when I was a little faded, after my birthday party, and made a little mog and with my little basic bow. And I was like, I told Vanderlyle, I was like, thank you very much. You made me feel like a pup again. So
nice.
And also that Necrolord's print that I mentioned, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, that I ordered for myself came. Yeah. And this thing is fucking gorgeous. I opened it and it literally almost took my breath away. I don't have a frame for it right now, so it's in the envelope, just under some books in my room so that it doesn't curl or do anything weird, but I definitely need to buy a frame for it because it is beyond what I imagined. And if you guys want to check out at Ice Wreath or Ice Wreath Art on Twitter. You can just look for Ice Wreath and they'll come up. I think it's Ice Wreath Art.
Well, if you need a frame, today I learned Bent is really good at frames. He's the frame guy.
Yeah, frames.
It's all about framing, man.
And I'm not going to explain that any further.
Are you gonna frame up a joke about drinking moonberry juice for 2 hours?
No.
Had not even had that in the notes. But what I forget her handle, but she is a WoW tweeter person. So like somebody who's known on Twitter.
Lich Queen Katie.
Yeah. Posted like Lady Moonberry, and then there's Moonberry juice. I feel like there's a disgusting connection here or something like that.
We went way off the rails with this one.
Yeah. Important question though, circling back. What kind of pizza was it? Where did you get it from?
So it's from this place in Chicago, this little local joint.
And that's why it's important.
Yeah, it's a small business. Yeah, it's called Fat Chris's Pizza and Such. If anyone in Chicago wants to check that out, it's very good. We got a bunch of pepperoni and sausage, and then my kids actually enjoy the distasteful ham and pineapple. Chicago, you're not supposed to eat that in Chicago. I think it's all right.
You're not supposed to eat that in general. Pineapple does not go on pizza. And
you know what's funny?
Excuse you. Pineapple and pizza go together like lamb and tuna fish. Or spaghetti and meatball.
I'm not a huge fan. I'll eat it. It's whatever. It's this like joke in Chicago. It's not a Chicago. You're not supposed to do it or whatever. And the most hilarious part is that my kids pick off the pineapple and they just say they like the flavor, but they don't like the texture of the pineapple. So they basically eat pineapple juice and ham pizza, I guess. I don't know. And then we got barbecue chicken with like bell peppers and onions because that's delicious.
I mean, it's an important question to have asked is where the pizza came from because you're in Chicago. I mean, come on.
Yeah, check out a local joint, y'all. It's called Fat Chris's Pizza and Such, and it's actually really fucking good.
I didn't know Bent put on a lot of weight and opened a pizza joint. Anyway, I guess we can go from there to what have we been up to in WoW. Gershom, we may as well start with you.
No, we need to go back and explain why the fuck you put ranch dressing on a cupcake. We're already talking about gross food. You may as well tell us about that.
So I mentioned that without explaining it on the last episode, and I can't remember if it was Immune or Slide Whistle wanted to know why the fuck I put ranch on a cupcake. So here's the thing. A couple years ago, there was a podcast I really enjoyed listening to from two people who I don't think they're really so much in the public eye anymore. In fact, I know one of them actively pulled away from the public eye, so to speak. But they were Techie Taco and Perfect Nomad, so a few of you listening might recognize those names. They had a podcast that they called Blizzmates, and they discovered after doing the show that they had the same birthday. So when their conjoined birthday came around, I decided to make a little video for them for their birthday because they had both mentioned that ranch dressing does not belong on shit. Or I can't remember if they strongly disagreed with each other or if they both hated ranch dressing. But either way, I grabbed a cupcake and a bottle of ranch and I turned on my camera on my phone and I said, "Happy birthday, Techie and Nomad. This one's for you," and fucking drenched the cupcake in ranch and took a bite.
What was that like?
It was hell. Hell in a cake.
Well, you seem like the one friend there's always one friend in a group of people where like everyone's like, "I'll give you $20 to eat the most disgusting food concoction you could think of," and you're just like, "Bet and do it."
I'd have done it for free, bitch.
We had a friend in high school that was the same exact way. Fucking, I'm not gonna. I mean, no one would know who he is, but his name was Mark. But he would eat
Mark Smith.
No. His name was Mark Strauss. But he would eat something nasty anytime you asked him. And I think one time, the grossest thing he ever ate, and he swallowed it. He got a bite of it down. but he put tuna salad in his fucking strawberry shake.
Ugh.
You say ew. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that makes the ranch cupcake look like nothing. Anyway, now that my shame is public, what have we been up to in WoW? I'll start with G. What you been doing?
So I went a little out of character, which ended up being a good thing. I ran a mythic with a friend, so he had a key for Spires of Ascension. It wasn't high, it was like a 10 or something. So we rolled through that, and I want to say finally, it's not like I was farming it or anything, but I got the memory from Spire of Ascension, which is the best for hunters. It's called Rylax Stalker's Piercing Fangs. I guess it's best for Beastmaster hunters. So what that does is every time Bestial Wrath is active, your pet's critical strike chance is increased by 35%. So basically every minute and a half that I pop that, my pet is critting like a motherfucker. And that is the best memory. I had a different one. I think it was like Vitality Sacrifice, if anyone wants to look it up. It was okay, but it was what I had. And so I ran Torghast like 7 more times to get more Soul Cinders to actually recraft my Lego. So, and then, you know, because memories are bind on account, I want to do it on Notokas too. And she's got like 1 down and she has like no Soul Cinders. So I've probably got like 7 or 8 more Torghast runs left. And I'm just cruising through like 8s and 9s, depending on how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just not trying to feel stressed out or nothing. Just chilling, just not dying a bunch of times, just getting some Soul Cinders and cruising through it. So, and just it'd be nice to have like one character like ready-ish for raid. I mean, ish. I'm not huge on raiding, but I did mention that I want to try and get into raiding in 9.2 and learn the raid from the beginning. So, actually led me into thinking though about how excited I am to get the second legendary when 9.2 comes out. I think that's going to be fun. And I'm sure this has been talked about already, but whatever. I hope we can add a memory to that one too. I guess if you craft it, you're going to have to get a memory, right?
I'll be honest with you, I don't actually know. I've decided that I'm going to figure out all that after the patch goes live, because I know I will forget if I look it up now.
I do a lot of figuring out as I go too, but there is a memory I already have called Bag of Munitions, which is when you apply Death Chakram, it applies explosive shot to the first 2 targets that Death Chakram hits. And I've used this as an anima power in Torghast, and it is awesome. Like you throw your Death Chakram and whatever you hit just disintegrates. It's so much fun. I know it's like Necrolord is and the Death Chakram is unpopular, but it is really fun. And this has actually been confirmed by Moofz as the next best memory. Yeah, so he's on Twitter. Check out Moofz. He does all things Hunter, and he writes for Wowhead too. So I actually was reading his guide, and he said that he confirmed that yes, the Rylock Stackers, Piercing Fangs. That was a very Chicago-y way to say that. Stackers.
Stackers.
Rylock Stackers. He did help me confirm that was the best memory. I was pretty sure it was. And then he said that he thought that Bag of Munitions was the next best. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool because that's the one I wanted. And then other than that, I played Notokas a bit. Oh, and this is funny. I was checking to see if she had all her mounts in like Stormwind and stuff. And I realized that she didn't have the fastest flying skill. For some reason, like I just never bought it, and it's called Master Riding. So Notokas is a master rider now, and I was wondering if Bentolis is the master of drinking or eating things.
Baiting?
I don't know. Master. Yeah. Well, he's not a master. Yeah, he's not a master baiting if he's eating and drinking that moonberry juice.
Oh, yeah. Or producing that moonberry juice.
Oh, yeah, I help her produce it. You get my drift.
Now, is that before or
you're
after she
picking up
flies
what
out of
he's
your
putting
asshole?
down.
It's a little bit of both.
All right. Is that it for you, Gershom?
I am totally set. Yep. What's Ben been up to?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you kind of gave out the secret of how that juice gets so dark purple.
It's not supposed to come out purple, man.
But I've been.
You may need a doctor.
You're right, I might. But what have I been doing? Oh, I think I posted in Discord. I killed Mythic Kel'Thuzad, so now my guild.
Oh, nice.
I forgot. I probably said this last week, but I was fucked up. I transferred to Illidan. I joined another guild, Hooyah. So we did a re-clear to get some people fill out their last gear slots, so we can really start pounding away at Sylvanas. So that's where we're at. We're just basically going to be banging our heads against her and hopefully kill her before 9-2 drops. And I've been leveling a monk, and I'm actually like leaning towards maybe switching mains next tier, but I'll probably stick with the rogue because I talked to the guild leader and it looks like we have a bunch of other people willing to play a monk. But yeah, and then that's all I've really been up to in terms of WoW. So yeah, Wooly, what have you been up to? I know it's something with your warlock, but I'll let you go more into it.
Oh, it's always something with the warlock. But I thought you already had a monk.
I did. He's on Proudmoore, and he's Alliance, and he's a Brewmaster. So I started a new one who's going to be a Windwalker because they just slap an AoE. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that answers my curiosity. With me, I was all excited to go to the fucking doubloon vendor to see if they had my Twilight Avenger. Guess what? Didn't have the right fucking crates up. So my Void Elf Warlock has not gotten that. My Void Elf Warlock also, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I honestly, between my Void Elf and my Orc Warlock, both at 60, I was just, basically all I did was, I didn't do very much. I went and did, Mythic Nighthold and Mythic Tomb of Sargeras for Transmog. And I was getting pissed off because I couldn't get Fallen Avatar in Tomb, because for those who don't know, the floor disappears in the final phase of Fallen Avatar, and there's like this green ooze under it, and if you stand in it, you die. So in Mythic, that floor disappears a whole lot faster because there is a mechanic where people got to stand in the circle-y bit. Actually, that might have been in Heroic too, I don't remember for sure. But you got to stand in the circle-y bit or that section of the floor disappears. And then there's a mechanic where you can't stop the floor from disappearing, but depending on where you have the boss positioned, you can control it a bit. There was only so much I could do on my little lonesome, and I couldn't kill him fast enough. And I needed to kill him because he drops the Mythic Shoulders, at least for the Warlock. And I was all pissed off. And then I got a look-alike appearance as like a BOE, so I don't have to do that anymore. As for Nighthold, though, that's a lot easier because it's an earlier tier, but I didn't get jack fuck from doing it. I got like 2 pieces between my Void Elf and my Orc, both, so that's going to be an ongoing thing. The reason I want that is because I want to use I'm partial to the color purple. I want to use the purple Mythic Transmog from the Nighthold on my human Warlock, because I haven't leveled him at all. And I have been taking stock of what Drake mounts I have, because I'm pretty positive the next expansion will have something to do with dragons, as a lot of people suspect. So I want to have a Drake ready so I can just, plot around on my Drake. Other than that, I didn't really do shit. So yeah. That's all she wrote. You guys want to do the mixed drink of the week?
Fuck yeah!
All right. Well, then let's do it. It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! It's the mixed drink of the week. Before we get into it, I want to stress that Please only participate in the mixed drink of the week or drink in general if you are of legal age or legal whatever to do so, and we are not responsible for anything that may befall you as a result of your own asshattery. You make your own choices. We're not responsible for that. But what we have been doing is we have been going backwards in reverse alphabetical order through the specs of all the classes in WoW and assigning a drink to each spec. We have gone all the way through. We have 2 left. Right now, today is the Frost Death Knight. So, lost my spot on my notes. The drink is called the Endless Winter, or just Endless Winter, whichever you prefer. And I want to know what you guys think is in the Endless Winter Frost Death Knight drink.
You want to go first, Christian?
No, Ben, this is your section. You go first.
So I was a little bit confused. Are we doing it the new style starting this week, or when we do the new set of mixed drinks of the week?
Like, what do you mean new style?
Like how we were going to focus more on the shot and the liquor than like a mixed drink.
Oh, that's with the next series. Whether we start with the cities or the raid or whatever, that's whatever the next drink series is.
We're gonna start doing more like shots, right? Or something.
Okay,
Sorry.
that answers my question. So it's Winds of Winter, right?
No, Endless Winter.
Endless Winter. I'm thinking of the
Welcome to
Tortoise
Chicago.
Tower.
Y'all need to come to Chicago. Check this shit.
All right. Here's what's going to be in it. Deep Eddy Lemon Vodka. It's going to be filled to the brim with crushed ice. Blue Gatorade. And a shot of Rumplemint.
All right, Gershom.
Mine's very different, although his sounds good. I went with, and this is a tall drink, so put it in a tall cup if you want to try this. But it's a shot of vodka, a shot of peppermint schnapps, a shot of Kahlua, a shot glass of coffee creamer, preferably like white chocolate mocha or peppermint, something like that. Doesn't have to be, whatever. Top it off with cold brew, and then garnish it with crushed peppermint candies on top.
Okay. Either of both of your drinks would have been probably better than what I ended up going with. See, my approach to this one was I wanted it to be simple enough that you could make it like at a party, but I don't think I necessarily hit that. Doesn't matter though, because I figured I didn't want it to be too much like the Frost Mage, so I wanted the alcohol to be a little bit, let's say, spicier. Was it spicy? Than the Frost Mage. So instead of vodka, it's Jager, because it is Death Knight, right? So it's got to be a little deathly, like, you know? So, shot of Jager. Bent did get the blue Gatorade, right? We'll pour that in quick. Oh, yeah.
Sounds so good.
So it's blue, but like a deathly blue. Actually, it sort of looks like the like turquoise-ish death magic color from like the Necrolords, and that works out because that's apparently where the Death Knight magic comes from. There is then a little bit of lime juice just to bring a little bit of a tinge to it, and the final touch is you sprinkle some powdered sugar on top of it that immediately dissolves because it's sugar. So,
but it looks like snow. It looks like snow. Like you drop snow on top of it.
Sure. And then it immediately dissolves because it's sugar. But I'm going to go ahead and stir that up. Before I take a drink of this, I'm going to put it plainly what's in it. 1 cold Jager shot, blue Gatorade, and we're not saying the name because why?
Because if you say the name, you're a fucking cop.
You're a cop.
Then Tolis is a cop.
So, blue Gatorade, 1 shot cold Jager, blue Gatorade, lime juice, and powdered sugar. So let's give this a shot. Over the lips, through the gums, look out, asshole.
Doesn't sound bad, to be honest.
No, it's pretty good. I'd drink this at a party. Like, you can taste all the different elements without any of them being overwhelming. I like it.
What do you think, Ben? Would you try it? I would try it.
No, it is good. Like, I'm pissed at myself because Plaggy, you kind of like had this, like I had the same mindset with you with the Jaeger, but I've been guessing Jaeger like almost every other week and not getting it. And I was like, oh, there's no way it's Jaeger this week. And then sure enough, that's what happens.
Well, I'm gonna
I'm
give you
actually
guys a
pissed
leg
at
up.
myself for not. I was like, I need to make something with like blue Gatorade or blue Mountain Dew, and I couldn't do it. I wanted the peppermint flavor so bad.
I'm gonna give you guys a leg up on next week. It's gonna have Jaeger in it. So
You must have
I'll
just
give you
bought
that.
a new bottle of Jaeger.
I did. So yeah, that is the Endless Winter. Next week is the final drink in the Spec series, I guess we could call it. And it is the Blood Boil for the Blood Death Night. You know what? I'm gonna on the fly change the name. I'm still gonna do what I have in mind for the name, but for the drink itself. But you cannot have a Blood Death Night drink and not call it Death and Decay. Come on. So it's gonna be what?
Death and Decay, I think, fits better with Jaeger.
Mm-hmm. So, speaking of next week being the last week in the Spec series, I want to remind everybody we do have a poll for what our next drink series should be. It is right now a choice between drinks based on in-game cities, and I'm going to say right now, not necessarily cities you can play in. Like, an example, Lordaeron as an actual city, not Undercity, Lordaeron. You know, we could end up doing something like that. But the choices are cities or all the bosses in order in Icecrown Citadel. There's a couple people apparently really passionate about the ICC ones on Twitter, so either that or Flurpy was just fucking with me. Probably a little both.
I thought I was the only one that voted for the ICC bosses.
No, the other guy in that
checked the
Twitter
results
thread.
and sorry. I saw myself like as the only one, and there was like 27 votes for the cities, which makes more sense. I don't know. I just loved ICC so much.
Yeah. Also, I want to make it clear that going through boss order in raids is something we're going to do for a lot of the raids in the game, because it is a treasure trove of keeping the drink series alive. I want to start with ICC because when I think of World of Warcraft raids, that is the quintessential raid I think of. And I think a lot of people would join me in that.
Dude, that's going to take up like a half a year to get through that one.
It's 11 bosses, isn't it?
I thought it was more. It was like, I
Well,
thought it was
let's
a lot more.
Marrowgar, Death Whisper, then you go up the thing, then it's Gunship, Deathbringer, Sarfang,
13 bosses, so 3 months.
Yeah, I think it's 13.
Either way, like, that is a lot less than the 36 specializations in the game. Or is it 37? I lost track.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, regardless of which one wins the poll, we're doing both of those ideas at some point. This is just for which one is the next one we do. So yeah, the poll is up on Twitter. You can find it in the Discord, and if you're not in the Discord already, you can join it by going to thrallsballs.com. I burped. Let's move on to WoW News.
Time for WoW News, motherfuckers.
Okay, so here is the WoW News section. First things first, my bad, y'all. I was totally sure we were going to get some, like, announcement about 9.2 or even 10.0. And I have to own up to reading way too far into what Mike Ybarra offhand said about we have some stuff to talk about this week. I was totally that asshole, and I always like to say people don't expect things that they didn't say, and then I did. Mike never said that what they were going to talk about had anything to do with WoW, let alone a 9.2 or 10.0 information thing. So don't be like me. Don't expect what they don't say. I was disappointed because I expected something that nobody ever said I was going to get. That said, I want to venture to guess that we will have a 10.0 announcement before the end of February, because I'm pretty sure the canceled BlizzCon line was going to be in February. So moving on to actual news.
Actually, can I jump in? So sorry. I don't normally jump in on the news.
Oh,
but,
go ahead.
I made a mistake last week as well, and I did want to own up to that. I made a comment about the metaverse, and I misread the GameSpeak interview as well, and I thought that for some reason Bobby Kotick was referring to like VR stuff, and I didn't realize he was talking about like Facebook. I didn't a dead book. I guess that's their dead name or whatever. They're Meta now, and when he said metaverse, he was talking about people at Blizzard, you know, working for Meta and stuff like that. And I think, Wooly, you pointed it out. You're like, are you talking about Meta, like the Facebook thing? And I was like, I don't know. I was a little drunk last week, and I did fuck that up. But either way, I think it's fucked up that Bobby Kotick said that, like, oh, my team doesn't really have the talent to, and we still have to pull in Microsoft to, you know, work in the metaverse. I didn't realize he was talking about a specific company like Meta.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know,
thought
Facebook.
it meant
Yeah,
meta in the literal term of the word
yeah,
meta.
I did. So I made that mistake. I was a little fucked up last week, and I made that stupid mistake. So, moving on though, my apologies. I just wanted to clear up my own dirty past as well.
I'll be honest, whenever I read anything about something shitty he says or does, I just like, yeah, that's shitty. But in this case, I think he was talking about the people at Facebook and or at Meta not being talented enough to do with Activision's products. I'm not sure.
I made like a whole, I bungled that for absolute sure. So I apologize to the swingers. I fucked up that whole comment so much.
No reason to apologize to anybody about calling Bobby Kotick a piece of shit, because he is a piece of shit. Anyway, so in actual news, there are some tier set specifics that Blizzard did talk about this week, and my understanding is some things have changed. I'm not a big PTR guy, so I don't really know 100% how it was before, but I do know people wanted tier set tokens, and they weren't a thing, but now they're going to be tokens instead of the pieces themselves. So what I wrote last night while doing the notes was, I'm exhausted as I type this, so I can't quite make sense of the words on my screen, so here are the highlights according to Wowhead. So I guess I'm just going to say what the people at Wowhead took away from the blue post. They said, the creation catalyst, which is the tier set crafting, will be open 8 weeks after the content update. So I guess we're not going to be able to do that right away. The creation catalyst charges are global. I don't exactly know what it means by charges. Is that like how many times you can use it? Which means that in alt, multiple weeks into the expansion, we'll have multiple charges and can craft a set almost immediately. So that's cool. They said double the loot was dropping from tier bosses on the PTR, and now bosses will instead drop tier tokens instead of the pieces directly. So, I mean, I think that's good. That's kind of what people wanted, was the tokens. It just, I don't know, I don't mind getting the piece directly, but something about the tokens and not having to worry about getting the fucking chest 4 weeks in a row and getting nothing else. Wait, maybe, I forget. I might be sounding stupid right now, but that's okay.
No, you got it though, because like, so these pieces I think are going to be called Cosmic Flux. From what I saw on Wowhead, they're called Cosmic Flux. And I'm not sure how this is going to work at all. I don't play the PTR, and I do prefer to do things organically, so we'll see how it goes. But it will be nice if the track you were on is like, you don't have to worry about the same tier piece dropping again and again, I guess. And you can craft it. Ben, do you know anything about this? You raid a lot more than I do.
Yeah. So Cosmic Flux isn't the pieces; it's the currency that you use or whatever. It's the input you put into the catalyst to make your shit. So I think the purpose of giving tier tokens though is that it's easier to gear your grade up more, right? Because like each tier, like if a token drops, it's gonna be like there's one for like rogues. It's like three
Okay.
classes in one, right? It's not
And you
just
can
like, oh, a
pass them
rogue token.
around.
Yeah, so like you get it, and it's like, oh, I can't use this, and you're not like, oh man, like all my leather people have this in a raid. You got like a cloth and a plate person or a male person with you too, so you can be like, oh, you need this, here you go. So I think it's just a way to help, like, spread the gear out and get people geared, because I know a lot of people were complaining. That's why they added in the change in 9.1.5 with the shards, because there are people running, heroic clearing it every week and not getting their specific items. So I think that's the um, offset that. I like that it'll be 8 weeks after the content comes out, because then you don't have people with no lives just farming in the new zone and gearing. It's just stupid. I think 8 weeks is fair, because you'll have most of your pieces, and then you could fill out whatever you need to fill out.
Nice. I think that's all we really need to say about that. It sounds like a good system, although it sounds like a problem that was created by personal loot only. Just saying, if it was master looter and you got the specific pieces, you could still shuffle those around. All I'm saying, yo. But moving on, we have confirmation that I don't think anybody expected this not to be a thing, but we do now have confirmation that there is a raid skip again. The item that you get for the quest to get the skip is the Mourne Fragment, and you got to get such and such number. I think it's 4 of them, isn't it? That's typical to unlock
4.
the skip per difficulty.
Yep,
Yeah.
4.
So this is the Mourne Fragment. It's not really news, just a confirmation of what we would have expected anyway. I feel like taking a step away from that would have been a step backward. So I'm just glad to see it's continuing. We haven't had to say much about the ActiBlizz stuff going on, but there is something to mention now. Activision Blizzard declined to voluntarily recognize the Game Workers Alliance Union, which people immediately reacted to with all of the spiciness. But, I kind of expected them to decline it because they are shitty. And if they were the kind of company that would have recognized it without putting up a fuss, the union wouldn't really have been needed. So I think this is just a big confirmation that they need to have this because they're being treated like garbage. And according to something, it was either Raven Software put out or Activision themselves, they said that they just could not come to an agreement on, being recognized and whatnot, which basically, to me, means that they couldn't kick these people into doing what Activision wanted. Do you really expect a company that was going to hire a union-busting firm specifically to avoid unionization to suddenly be accepting of this kind of thing? So this is exactly what I expected. And honestly, I think requesting voluntary recognition is only a formality, because now the Game Workers Alliance Union can move forward with petitioning for legal recognition by the National Labor Relations Board. So, honestly, if there had been some agreement that Activision had found favorable, it probably wouldn't have been great for the union anyway. So just keep fighting, y'all. Go little rock star.
Do you guys think that when Microsoft takes over, it's going to be any different? What is?
Yes.
Does anybody know? I know Bent knows more about this than I do, but I've heard general panderings about Microsoft basically handling things that Blizzard is challenged with much better and in different ways. So do you think the unionization culture is going to change?
I don't think so. I think once they get their union set up, it'll perform the necessary tasks that even if Microsoft were to be shitty about it, which I don't think they would, they got that protection. That said, Microsoft is really strict about sexual harassment in the workplace, which, granted, this is not the only thing that sparked the union. This was to do with Raven workers getting laid off right before the holidays. But in my opinion, like, as far as how games in general work, Microsoft has a history of not being as restrictive with the game developers underneath them, even if they do push for stuff like, hey, we want this on the Game Pass, or things like that. Like in WoW, things like the actually, that's a bad example. I was going to say things like the item shop or whatever were basically all Activision, but Microsoft does that too. Either way, I think once it moves over, the employees will be happier in general.
No, I think what I meant was, like, do you think, I mean, so far these people at Blizzard have even had like the hardest time unionizing. Like, is Microsoft going to make that easier? I guess.
No,
I think so.
So what's going to happen is, because nobody wants to unionize at Microsoft, because Microsoft treats their employees really good. They pay them well. They give them good time off. They have all these like benefits. That's, you never hear, like, if you look at Microsoft, like their employee satisfaction rate, it's like 95%. So it's a process, because when you acquire a company, it takes time to happen, and then you can't just flip a freaking switch and all of a sudden they're Microsoft, right? It's going to be a process, but I think the calls to unionize will kind of subside, because they're going to be treated the way they deserve to be treated at Microsoft. They will get paid more. They will get, Microsoft, like as you said, Willie, like the second you get like any sort of sexual harassment, they just drop you, because they have thousands of people who would fill your role.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, though, I think because of how long it's going to take the deal to close, the union will be recognized before then. So I don't think it'll be detrimental to have that union, because if something were to change track, they'll have the protection they need in place. But I don't think they're going to need to really use it.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that.
Yeah. We can move on from this, because thankfully there was some news about all this Blizzard stuff, that Activision Blizzard stuff, that didn't make me want to punch somebody, because I kind of expected Activision to be shitty. There have been some changes to the flying requirements in Zereth Mortis. I don't know what it was before, because like I said before, I don't really go on the PTR. But now it is a meta achievement called Unlocking the Secrets, and it is an account-wide progress, meaning if you get one of the achievements on one character and another of the achievements under the meta on another, they both count toward it. From what I understand, all except one of these achievements can be done very quickly after getting to Zereth Mortis, except for an achievement called A Means to an End. That requires doing the 9.2 campaign, and that is, to use a buzzword, time-gated a little bit, but you should be able to complete that in week 3. So, too long didn't listen, or too long didn't read. Week 3, we should be able to fly in Zereth Mortis. I am of the opinion that because we got flying unlocked in Shadowlands anyway, we should just be able to fly there. But that's just, that's just me.
It did
Wait a minute.
It took 3 weeks though in Shadowlands. It took exactly 3 weeks. So this is a pattern, right? I mean, this is right.
Wait a minute, though. We're gonna get flying in Zereth Mortis before we get fucking flying in Korthia?
Fuck Korthia.
Yeah. What is this bullshit?
Yeah,
we're not gonna need to go to Korthia anymore.
It doesn't matter. We should have gotten flying in Korthia in week 3. That's fucking. I'm sorry. I'm pissed.
Damn, you are. Oh shit, Ben's is going off.
Because Korthia is so annoying, because you gotta walk on the ground everywhere, and then I gotta take that stupid like bird over to that one area. Like, no, give me flying.
To the vaults or whatever. Yeah. Oh, it is annoying.
I wonder if this does, like, say if I did want to go to Korthia, if I would be able to fly.
You know why though? Is because they don't want you to be able to fly and get melee. Have you ever tried to get melee? Do you guys have melee?
No,
I have 5 out of 6 on melee, and it's like, dude, climbing these cliffs and fucking finding the path around and fighting your way through like all those stupid metal motherfuckers to get to melee. Like, I have 5 out of 6 after what, like months and months and months of trying.
I don't really go to the maw much I try not
Well,
to.
she's in Korthia. but
Korthia's
yeah,
in the maw.
Yeah, I know, but it's a different maw.
Anyway, I don't remember how far into 9.1 it was that we were able to unlock flying. It might have been the 3 weeks, like you mentioned, but I don't remember. Next thing we gotta talk about. There is a new mount on the shop called Wen-Lo. He is the Year of the Tiger shop mount, and he's this winged kitty cat armored blue ghosty tiger. Is a tiger. He goes grrr and he flies and he's blue. He's also part of a bundle with a 6-month sub, and you also get a Goblin Gumbo toy in TBC Classic. Basically, you get this guy for free. I don't know, a toy. I didn't read it. I didn't read what it does because I don't play BC
Isn't
Classic.
gumbo food?
Gumbo is food, but it's a toy.
Yeah, it's a pot. It's a pot of food you could put down that makes you like breathe fire. I don't know if it's in retail, but it's definitely in TBC Classic.
Yeah, no, it's
So it's
only
the same-
in
It's
Classic.
okay. It's in TBC Classic. You get a toy called Goblin Gumbo where you can put down a pot, and there goes that Chicago fucking accent again.
I didn't notice it.
Nice. I've lived here for like 15 years now. But you eat it and you can breathe fire after a bit. So if you eat like a few scoops of the gumbo, you get like you can breathe. You just start breathing fire on people. I don't think it does damage. It's just like a cosmetic, but it's pretty funny.
I'm a warlock. I can fart fire. I mean, it comes out of my feet, but I'm farting fire. So basically, you get this mount free with a 6-month sub if you already have it. So like the other stuff they did. I know people don't like store mounts. Personally, this doesn't really affect me. I'm not gonna waste energy being upset about another thing coming to the store mount. Do I wish we could get it all just by completing tasks in game? Sure, but I don't care that much. That said, store stuff is controversial, but what's more controversial is over in China, they have, with their 6-month bundle, they can also get a Spectral Tiger mount that is also only usable in TBC Classic. And I'm jelly about that, but I also don't think it's a good idea at all, because if everybody's special, nobody's special. You know, like if everybody has this mount, nobody's gonna really want it anymore. That said, I don't know exactly how this all shakes out. I don't know if they got to play BC back in the day at all, because I know it took a really long time for them to be able to play Wrath of the Lich King, because there are a lot of local Chinese laws that have to do with depictions of death, and I don't know how much of that falls under the realm of demonic shit, like with Burning Crusade. I don't know. So I don't know if they had the opportunity to get the Spectral Tiger in the first place, which, even though that was a trading card, I don't know. I just don't know.
I think you're right, though. I think they didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
They're very strict about it. Like, I was reading an article the other day, and you know the movie Fight Club?
Yes.
You know how he, like, blows up the building at the end?
Spoilers, but yes.
In China, they had changed the ending where it just goes black before the building goes up, and it literally just says the cops came and saved the day, because, like, no movie in China can end with the police looking like villains. It has to end with the police and authority winning out.
Oh my god, fucking China. But anyway, like I said, mostly this doesn't affect me positively or negatively, so I just don't care enough to be upset about it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, amount doesn't really make or break the game, right? So, like, if people want to spend the money on 6-month subscription, then let them do it. Like, why do you care so much?
Yeah.
I've actually never seen Fight Club.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah. World number one, you don't talk about it.
But
Okay.
no, it's a good movie. You should watch it.
I should check it out, but I do think that the mount is actually pretty, and the special where it jumps up like way high into the sky and spins around is pretty cool. But it's kind of a sad point. I couldn't find a very good Mog or pet to match it. And actually, I tried a couple of my tunes to go naked, and it still looked weird. Like, this mount is so well designed and so multicolored said I was basically having trouble like mogging with it, so it'll sit in my stable, I guess.
That's unfortunate. The mount
is,
itself does remind me of the monk mount, Wen-Lo, except this one has wings. Wen-Lo does not have wings.
I was gonna say, I prefer my tiger mount to tell me I drink too much.
I love Wen-Lo. He's the best.
Isn't that the one, Bent, that told you, like, you've had too much to drink or something?
Yeah, he tells you you drink too much. He, like, talks to you when you're flying around. He's pretty cool.
Honestly, if I were to ever switch to a monk, which I won't, but if I ever were, I would never use another mount. Just Wen-Lo.
I can agree.
Okay, one last bit of news to get through. Blizzard has an unannounced survival game that they came as close to announcing an unannounced title without announcing it as you can get. Basically, they're like, hey, we're hiring specifically for this unannounced survival game. I want to see what that's going to be like. I'll play it. It's not WoW related, and there's not a lot to say because it is still unannounced. We don't know shit about it. But if you like survival games like Ark, Minecraft is technically a survival game. Don't come for me. But, you know, it'll be worth playing, I think. I want to try it. I'm going to play it, probably. And I'm also excited about it because it is, like, a whole new world in the Blizzard universe. Like, it's not, hey, here's Jim Raynor, or, hey, look, Sarah Kerrigan's here, or that's Illidan, or fucking Lilith from Diablo. No, it's its own thing. So I want to see what that's going to be like. Anyway, if you will work in the games industry and you're intrigued, check out the link in the show notes. It'll take you to the Wowhead article about it, and it'll be able to get you going from there. So that is it for the news. We don't have any teabags to read out this week, and this will probably be the last time I'll explain what a teabag is. The teabag is where we read your reviews online. Oh, I guess there is one little bit of news that I want to mention. It's not WoW news. It's our in-game guild specific. I'm going to be, I don't know when, but I'm going to be changing the name because every time I've logged into a character that's in that guild, I get messages from people asking if it's a sex thing. So I'm going to be changing the name from the Swingas to Swing Low. I don't know when I'm going to do that.
Really? Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't even tell me that in like DMs or, oh my god, that sounds silly.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it until right now. Anyway, let's move on to question of the week.
Question, the week.
It's the question of the week. So last week we asked, how do you make a guild? Wrong answers only. Aaron says, draft up an alliance guild, name it after a notorious horde war criminal, and spam people's whispers to invite them. And he puts in quotation marks, the MSU WoW group experience. So, these guys keep making references to their own lives, and like, I'm here for it, but I don't understand it. I'm assuming this is like when he and Immune and Slide started playing the game. They kept getting whispers from people for some Garrosh did nothing wrong bullshit. I don't know. Who wants to read the next one?
I'll read it. Immune says, all good guilds start as a drunken orgy in the Goldshire Inn.
Even if you don't get a guild out of it, you know.
And I gotta say, I mean, if you don't get a guild, you get... Actually, no, wait. Isn't Lion's Pride Tavern a guild?
Don't know. Maybe somebody did. I mean, Proudmoore has a lot of guilds on it. I think
that's more of like a community.
Is it?
I think.
Have you guys ever been? I've actually never been.
The Goldshire Inn?
I've never been to the Goldshire Inn on
Moonguard?
Moonguard? Yeah.
I've gone there to see if it was really as weird as people say, and it was.
For real? Horrified. I've never been. I always chickened out.
You remember you were talking about like that you knew, like it was one of your earliest episodes, Willie. I think you were just doing it and you were talking about like how you had like an unnamed friend who like would make fun of people that went there, and then like you found out like he was in there all the time and everyone thought it was me.
Yeah, I remember.
Wait, everyone thought it was you?
Yeah, everyone thought it was me. Like,
was it like, you?
No, no. This is a friend that I've known a long time outside of video games, and he was doing that, and yikes, dude.
I actually asked a friend, an online friend one time. I was super drunk, and I was like, let's go over there. Let's roll characters on Moonguard, and let's go over there. And he was like, no, my wife be super pissed, and I was single, and I'm like, oh, and I just didn't want to go by myself. It was like kind of like when you go to a swingers party, you don't want to go by yourself. I wanted to go with a friend, and he was like, my wife would be pissed, so I never went.
All right, who wants to read the next one?
I will. Slide Whistle says, you make a guild by being GM and stealing the money in the guild bank. Then going on a 5-month road trip across the country, leaving your quote-unquote grandchild in charge. Why is it got to be a grandchild? Why can't it be like your son or your daughter?
I feel like this is a specific story.
Yeah, Slide, you're going to have to fucking elaborate more in Discord.
I'm pretty sure they've mentioned it on their show, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel really bad. I think I've listened to only like 5 episodes by them.
He actually finished up, and he said, so by leaving your grandchild in charge, bam, new guild created in your absence immediately. And so Aaron responded, just got to make sure you include the step where you change the guild name from its original to an epic OG name. And this actually has to do with how Unnanounced was born.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
This is actually how Unnanounced was born. And I'm not going to elaborate because I don't know all the details, but they were in a guild. I can't remember the name. There was this shitty guild leader whose name was Credibility, I believe, or something like that. And he basically, like, the only people that he would let do things in the guild were like his family, including his kids and grandkids. It was really weird. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask them. I'm butchering this. It's totally weird. You have to ask them, but it's basically how Unnanounced was born. Like, a bunch of people from this former guild left, and that's how they formed Unnanounced. There's a DNR episode called New Year, New Guild, and I can't remember when it was. It was like in the 60s or 70s of their...
So pretty early.
Yeah, very early on. And this was actually had to do with the birth of Unnanounced. It was pretty cool.
I say like pretty early, but that's like twice the episodes we have now.
No, it was great though. But this guy, he did actually like just ditch, and then everyone was like, "Where's the raid leader? Where's the raid leader?" And they texted him, and he's like, "Oh, text my kid." Like, it was, oh my god, it was so weird. You're gonna have to ask them. I'm elaborating too. What did you say at the beginning of the episode? We're gonna overthink shit.
Oh yeah, I was just referring to when I read too much into Mike Ybarra's thing.
Yeah,
anyway,
I just overthought that.
No big deal. Next answer we got was from Crucifix. He says, "You spam trade chat, buy all your charter signatures, promote everyone who joins to full guild member and bank access, then advertise that you are female looking for recruits for your new guild and offer up a Discord channel advertising that all members can join the Discord, which comes with free OnlyFans access. You'll surely find nothing but winners this way." I'd like to think that's Incels the Guild. You know, that's who you'd find. Question.
What is OnlyFans? I've heard people talking about this. Is this bad?
Boy. This is actually part of my answer for the question of the week.
At the most basic, it is a content delivery website where people can, it's like Patreon, but it's mostly used for people to sell their pornographic videos and photos.
So it's a porn Patreon?
It's like a pay-per-view.
Porntreon?
Think about like an individual having a pay-per-view, right? Like think about like Instagram dots, right? You know who they are?
Yeah.
Like the slutty girls that go on there and they post pictures and whatnot.
Oh boy.
A lot of the times they'll have their own OnlyFans where they'll post like nudes and stuff. So instead of putting the nudes out on the public internet, you have to pay a fee to see them. So you pay like $10 a month, and on top of that, you can like tip. Like if you see a picture you really like, these guys will give you like a $50 or $100 tip.
So is Lady Moonberry on OnlyFans?
No. I have a friend who's like, he loves to subscribe to people we know from like school or bars.
Ooh,
He likes
that's
to. He's a
creepy.
weirdo. Yeah, he's a weirdo, but that's what he does. He tells me all about it. He'll be like, "Oh, she just posted this today." I'm like, "Bro, like we went to like grade school with this girl. Why do you care?"
I also want to take this moment to point out we're not that use of the word slutty. We're not all three of us on board with that. That's just thrown bent right under the bus here. Way to go, buddy.
Oh, it's
I didn't
fine.
mean it
He's
that
just
way.
talking.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. It's locker room talk, okay?
Yeah, but that's essentially what it is. It's like a individual pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. It's Porntreon, like you said.
I wouldn't say it's. I don't really know if they allow porn, like
Yes.
actual pornography.
Yes.
Like you could put like a home video on there if you wanted
Yes.
to. I didn't know that. I thought it was just nude videos.
Wally sounds very confident about the
Can
fact
confirm.
that there's porn on Patreon.
You know, I work at a bank, and the amount of people who call saying they had fraud, and it turns out to be like they regret spending money on OnlyFans, or like their kid stole their card and bought something on OnlyFans. It's
Or their
hilarious.
wife found out they were on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Anyway, what are your guys' answers?
So my answer is going to be, the best way to start is pretend you're a female, find an OnlyFans account, post that you'll get free access to this account if you join the guild and deposit 50 gold a month. Wait till you get like thousands of people in the guild and take all the gold and then leave.
That's actually really similar to what I was going to say. I was going to say, you make a cesspool guild, you get that automatic invite thing, and you just have everybody contribute to a bank over and over, and you keep spamming people, and you don't have an actual guild, you just have passive gold generation.
Big brain.
This fucking Preach calls that a cesspool guild, and that's exactly what it is. Gershom, you got an answer or nah?
Yeah, I mean, really, the only time I ever started a guild was with like friends, and they just all signed the guild charter. This is like the least wrong answer. The only 2 times I started a guild, I just had like 10 friends who were able to sign it, and I didn't have a lot of difficulty. No porn involved.
No porn involved. That's a shock.
That's an episode title, is what that is.
No, I've already written down the episode title.
Aw.
You'll appreciate it, though. New question. What keeps you playing during this tumultuous period in WoW's history? If you're not playing, but you still listen to WoW podcasts, we want you to know we love you. We appreciate you. What would bring you back? You can answer on Discord, thrallsballs.com. You can answer on Twitter, @thrallsballspod. You can answer in email, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com.
Actually, I'd be interested to know what keeps you connected to the WoW community if you're not playing.
I'm not sure I have an answer. I know we have at least one listener who isn't currently playing the game. I'm not going to call them out in case they wouldn't appreciate it, but we have at least one listener who listens actively and regularly who is not currently playing. So I would love to hear their answer. So let's move on to the TB draft for our last segment of the day. I still don't have a bumper for it because I'm having trouble getting it all to work in a way that doesn't sound fucking stupid. So it's time for the draft. Last week we drafted a 5-man dungeon team. Bentolis made the Bentolis trifecta, and that was with Anduin as a healer, Malfurion as a tank, Thrall, specifically Elemental Shaman Thrall, Matthias Shaw, and Lore Walker Cho as DPS. Gershom's team was Kids Suck, My Team Fucks, with Lothar as a tank, Tyrande as a healer, Rexar, Ronin, and Flynn Fairwind all as DPS. My team was Team Truck Nuts, with Ursoc the Big Ol' Bear Boy as a tank, Velen as the healer, Illidan, Rathian, and Illyria Windrunner as DPS. Now, at the time I wrote these notes, Gershom and I were tied with 3 votes, and Bent had 2. I checked right before we started recording, and I actually pulled ahead. So I have 4, Gershom has 3, Bent has 2. But because I've already written a draft order, we're going with the draft order we have for this week. I forgot to say what we're drafting. We're drafting We're drafting an Ocean's 11 style heist, except it's like Wooly's 5 or Gershom's 5 or Bent's 5 or whatever. It's a heist team. Don't overthink it. Goddamn. In the event of no change. Oh wait, no, that was old thing. There was a change, but we're still going with this draft order. It'll be Bent, me, Gershom, Gershom, me, Bent, rinse and repeat. Because somebody's got to fall on the grenade of being in the middle slot and not having 2 picks in a row, and that'll be me. So, starting with Bent, who is your first pick for your heist team?
I will say I was really drunk when we did that last draft. I think I actually voted for you the next day, Willie. Your team.
That's fucking hilarious.
You didn't vote for yourself? What the fuck?
I looked at Woolie's team and I was like, Illidan, yeah, and then Rathian, like, you know, my homoerotic fan fiction, Rathian and Anduin. And then Illyria's okay there. But
I
anyways,
love Illyria Windrunner.
She's okay. She was cool as like a boss.
You said homoerotic. Holy shit.
Yeah, like
I mean, that's what it was.
Dude.
He wants Anduin and
I
Rathian
want
I'm
to...
here
Anduin and
for
Rathian,
it.
and then we're gonna kill Terralion because he's a bigot.
He wants Anduin to pack Charlemagne into Rathian's cloaca. It's fine.
Isn't it? Oh, it's not cloacas. It's cloacae or something.
Yeah. Apparently
All right,
that's...
we could dedicate an episode to that later on.
Yes. Okay.
My first pick is for my heist. Now, I just want to clarify because I think we did this last week, but again, I was really drunk, so apologies again. Are we allowed to class stack, or does this draft doesn't matter, right?
No, we can't stack classes. And actually, I want to point out real quick, this was suggested to us by Vanderlyle. When we take a suggestion from the community, I want to make sure we credit the person. This was Vanderlyle's suggestion. And specifically, he asked no class stacking. I don't know if that means we can have like 2 of one class. I don't know. I'm not thinking of it that way anyhow.
Okay. So I am, well, my first pick overall, I don't know how you can go with anyone but Kil'jaeden the Deceiver.
Oh, because he can lie.
Wow.
That is not what my 101 would have been.
You know what? The first time I actually ran the fucking Sunwell and he jumped up out of that shit, I actually yelled at my computer. I was scared as shit. I was like, "Oh my god, he came out of my computer!"
I never did the Sunwell, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man, he climbs out and it's like, it's not that scary, but it was like, "Oh my god, it's Kil'jaeden." I was freaked out.
And then when you see him in Tomb of Sargeras, like right in front of Fallen Avatar before you actually fight him, he's like not that much bigger than player characters. It's like I think this dude's got a shrink ray somewhere. My first pick, and this is my clear 101. I don't know how you could not pick her. Valeera Sanguinar, bro. She, like, for those who don't know, she is a blood elf rogue. She, like, her whole thing is espionage and getting into places she's not supposed to be going. Like, come on, man. Come on. All right, Gershom, you're up. And you have 2 picks here.
Oh, I get 2. Okay. So I'm picking the brains. I pick Kel'Thuzad. Human Kel'Thuzad. Not undead Kel'Thuzad.
All right.
So as a mage in the Council of 6, I believe he was. Oh, yeah. He's the brains. And then for the brawn, I pick Draka. I'm just saying brawn because I'm telling you why these people are part of my team. So Kel'Thuzad as the brains and Draka as the brawn so far.
And Draka's kind of a double whammy. You got a strong pick there because she can also stealth like a rogue.
I was actually thinking about her original form, though, not her Shadowlands form.
Alive Draka. Yeah.
Yeah. Jaka's the brawn. She's
Okay.
gonna beat your ass.
All right, I'm up. I want to take. I need someone who's like really, really fucking smart, because they need to plan everything. Like, okay, so the Black Dragon flight is pretty shifty, and they're pretty good at lying. And I think the best, one of them who was the best at lying, managed to stay in the Stormwind court in human form for who fucking knows how long, right next to the fucking prince.
I know who you're gonna say. Holy shit.
I am going with Onyxia as Lady Prester.
Oh my god, that's such a good pick.
All right, Bent, you're up. You got two choices.
So I just had a prairie dog moment because I thought you were gonna take my character. In the same vein, the black dragons are very smart, manipulative, and cunning. And
I think
I'm
I
gonna
know
go
where
with
you're going.
I'm going with Deathwing. I gotta
Oh.
go with Deathwing. He tricked the dragons. He had all the dragons fooled that he was a good
He
guy.
sure did.
And dragons are fucking smart. So
I thought you were going to take Nefarian.
nah, Nefarian's just like an egotistical brat. Not Deathwing's where it's at.
That's fair.
You
All
know
right.
what? You know what though, Ben? Before I take my pick, or before you take your second pick, I just gotta say I don't think it's fair. I know you've read the novels too, and I know that like he wasn't so much good at distracting people as he was at like casting like magic on them. Like remember when Crassus was like, I can sense everything that's going on, and Deathwing was like, he looked at him and he's like, and Crassus like collapsed, like Coriolis like collapsed.
Yeah, so why would I want that on my
Yeah,
team?
I mean that's a good distraction, but it's magic. It's not like he's good at like lying or anything. I don't know.
But he had the dragons convinced for years, you know?
He really did.
However he did it, it really doesn't matter.
And this whole time he was, a pawn of the old gods.
That will
So who
actually
is-
stick with me for a while, like reading the novels, because like they talk about like Malygos and Neltharion like talking and like kind of waggling along like friends and having a good time, and Coriolis is like, dude, you're an asshole, like stop. And he looks at him and he's like, and he just melts his brain. That was fucked up because before he turned into Deathwing, the old gods were like making him like hurt his friends, and that was fucked up. So I guess that is a good distraction.
I gotta read that. Bent, who is your next pick? Because you got two here.
So I actually thought you were gonna go a different route when you said you need someone really smart. And I agree with you. I'm gonna go with someone who's smart and just conniving. I'm gonna go with Gazlowe.
Gazlowe. Damn, that would have been a good. Oh man, because those goblins are good at that kind of shit.
Yeah, I actually thought you were gonna go with what the leader of the gnomes, Mechatork, I think his name is.
Gelbin Mechatork. No, I wouldn't go with him because I think he is not enough of a bastard to actually pull off a heist. I think he's too nice. Like he's
Yeah.
too lawful good, you know?
Yeah. I feel like he would like overthink it too. Like he would come up with some elaborate plan when he could just kick the door in.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is you need somebody who's really smart, who's really good at manipulation, who's really fucking good at blending in, and who is a total bastard. So who better than fucking Mal'Ganis? He's a fucking dreadlord.
Ooh.
You can change your appearance and pretend to be someone else. And they got that whole Denathrius jailer thing going on too. So he's always going to be playing 5D chess the whole time. He's going to get the job done. You know? Yeah.
I can't believe he's your third pick. Like now that I think about it, he should be the number one pick for all of us.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm making this up as I go because I forgot to make my picks ahead of time.
Well, I do too, but that was a great pick.
Well, thank you. Gershom, you're up. You got two picks here.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Cordy from the Necrolords.
How do you? That's Chordy.
Chordy. Yep.
Yeah, he's a little abomination dude. Well,
Yeah,
he's
and
not
he
the
says-
he's not the
he
squishy
says-
one, but
He says, "Let's find shinies." So I think he'd be very good at
perfect.
finding treasure.
you
Yeah.
can find. Yeah, I like it. I like it. What's your next one?
And then for my last, I have Lady Vosh as the kind of beauty distraction, like that one hot chick that's in every
okay.
group. Yeah. So Lady Vosh, but in serpentine form because the way her tail moves is just it's too much.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that actually wasn't your last pick. We all get 5, and you have 4. But we'll circle back around to get your 5th, unless you meant last for like you get the 2 in a row there. Yeah.
I might have missed one. That's fine.
So let's see. So far, I have Valyra Sanguinar, Lady Prester, and Mal'Ganis. Oh boy, who would I take next? I feel like the one thing I'm lacking here, and don't get me wrong, they can all fuck shit up, but the one thing I'm lacking is a distraction. So I need a distraction. And what better to be a distraction than something that's adorable? Let's see. We're gonna go with the Perky Pug. The Perky Pug
I
battle
love the
pet.
Perky Pug.
He's a distraction.
So cute.
He's gonna distract everybody while these other people get the job did. All right.
I
Ben-
named mine Baker after my real life dog.
Okay, so I'm the next pick, right? I get 2 of them.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted there trying to wonder why you only have 3 and the rest of us have 4, but then I remembered it's because we haven't actually gotten to you yet. So these are your last 2 picks here.
So I need a distraction as well, and I'm going with Gersham's route. I need an absolute beauty, and I don't think there's anyone better to pick than Queen Azshara. She had her whole group hoodwinked because she was so beautiful, and everyone would do anything for her. So I'm taking her as my distraction.
Okay. I was actually halfway through typing Lady Moonberry.
I was gonna say, I thought he was gonna say Lady
she's-
Moonberry.
Lady Moonberry is wifey material. Queen Azshara is like one night in Vegas material.
Oh, okay. She's what you call a practice girl.
A woman of the evening.
You don't want to practice on Azshara, dude. She knows what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she'll
you
probably
gotta-
kill me.
Yeah, honestly, dude, your whole team, I mean, I've got that a bit too, but your whole team, you gotta be really careful not to piss them off. Except Gazlowe, he's pretty chill. Okay, so who is your last pick?
So we need like an oh shit button. If something goes wrong, we need to be able to fix it. So I am taking the King of Time, Nozdormu.
Oh, shit!
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Oh, damn, that's good. That's good. I was gonna take Chromie for the same reason, but I don't think I can now because it's like...
No, you can.
No, it's a direct copy. It'd be like, it's a cheat pick. So, I think my oh shit button is gonna have to be... Actually, no, I'm going to rephrase this. You need to be able to get away. You need a getaway driver of some sort. And the best way to do that is to be able to just fly away. I don't have a pick in mind. I'm hoping it comes to me as I say this. So you gotta be able to just fly. Yes, Onyxia can turn into a dragon and fly away, but she's a very distinct looking dragon. People would know who she is. Somebody needs to be nearby with an airship that you get on and you just float off into the ether. So we're gonna go with the Zeppelin operator Coppernut, I think is their name, in Orgrimmar, that nobody fucking knows about. I think they're a little goblin. I'm gonna have to go into the game to double check. But Coppernut, the Zeppelin operator, I may have just completely tanked my draft, but it's better than hemming and hawing and never picking somebody.
I thought you were actually going to switch your mind up and take Mechatork because of the gunship.
No, like I said, Mechatork is too lawful good. I wouldn't want such a pure character to go down such a dark road anyway. Okay, so that's mine and your team, Bent. Gershom, who is your last pick?
It's my escape artist, and it's the motherfucker with the top hat that drives the fucking chauffeur. You know what I'm talking about? The chauffeur thing that you can. Yeah.
How am I gonna type this? Mount
like
chauffeur. I'll call it
called,
Mount chauffeur.
What is the name of the mount? It's like the Mechatorque chauffeur or something like that.
Yeah, it's like the chauffeured.
I'll write Mount chauffeur now, and I'll look it up. Actually, you know what? We have the power of the internet at our disposal. What is Wowhead Mount chauffeur? Chauffeured chopper.
Chauffeur chopper. That's it.
Chopper. That's for the horde. Yep.
Okay.
So the guy that drives that one, get me the fuck out of here.
So we're gonna call him the orcish chopper chauffeur. Okay. All right, now the fun part where we name our teams. Bent, your team is Kil'jaeden, Deathwing, Gazlowe, Queen Azshara, and Nozdormu. You actually have 2 fucking dragons, both of which I might add are enemies, but I imagine they're gonna just cooperate together for this. What are you calling your team?
Yeah, it's like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Except they're not constantly in each other's butts.
In Pearl Harbor, they were.
I was talking about the dragons, but okay.
Wasn't that Josh Hartnett?
Yeah, there was. Fuck.
What's your team name? We're at like almost an hour and a half of this episode. What's your team name?
It's awesome. Come on.
It's going to be called the Bentolus Bandits.
The Bentolus Bandits. I like it. All right, so Kil'jaeden, Deathwing, Gazlowe, Queen Azshara, and Nozdormu are the Bentolus Bandits. My team, I have Valyra Sanguinar, Lady Prester, Mal'Ganis, the Perky Pug, and Coppernut the Zeppelin Operator. What the fuck? We're gonna go with... I'm gonna call my team... Team Truck Nuts 2 Electric Boogaloo. There we go. Gershom, you have Kel'Thuzad in his human form. You have the alive version of Draka, Chordy, or Cordy, I forgot how you say that, Lady Vash, and the Orcish Chopper Chauffeur. What's your team called?
Super non-creative. It's the Primuses 5.
The Primuses 5. I like it.
Oh, you should just call it Primus 5. I think it sounds cooler.
Okay, Primus 5.
Primus 5. All right. Well, everybody listening, to recap. Well, no, we just did recap. You can listen again to hear them again. And it'll be listed on the poll, which will be up the same day this episode goes live, so be ready for that. Final thoughts. My final thought is, I thought everybody knew what OnlyFans was, and I'm happy to know that not everybody knows that, which means there's some hope for the less perverted among us in the world. That you will heal the world of our disgustingness. Who's got the next final thought?
Oh, I do. For all y'all criticizing moonberry juice being dark purple, I gotta quote a wise man. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
They didn't mean that kind of berry.
That's Tupac Shakur, by the way, if anyone didn't know.
Oh, okay. Gershom, what's your final thought?
My final thought is, I want to ask Bent, if Lady Moonberry is bad that you're banging your head on Sylvanas this week.
Well, she's up my asshole right now, so she can't even hear us, so. What she doesn't know doesn't hurt.
Miss Wings can't unfurl her wings from inside your butthole. Anyway, that's going to do it for us, everybody. So go ahead and follow us in all the different places. You can follow us on Twitter at ThrallsBallsPod, at Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y, at Hunter Gershom, Gershom, at Bentolis_outlaw, Bentolas. Join Discord by going to thrallsballs.com and email us with any feedback to thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Bye, everybody. We love you. Be good.
Bye, swingers.